Well, that shirt is going to be easy to key out.
Oh God, it's so orange I can just hear trumpets in the background. If you listen, you might be able to hear them too. That was terrible. How to Train Your Dragon is one of the most highly rated animated movies in recent history and one of the most critically acclaimed 3D movies ever made. Odd then to think that to even get into theatres, How to Train Your Dragon had to compete directly with the movie that almost killed 3D, Clash of the Titans.
First of all, did Clash of the Titans actually kill 3D films?
It didn't kill it, no, and it sounds like I'm being facetious, like the movie was so bad it nearly killed 3D, which is now, fortunately, dead anyway. But, like, critics and experts said the 3D effects in Clash of the Titans were so bad that it put a noticeable dent in 3D film revenue. And for people who are wondering why, there are generally two ways you can make a film 3D. You can either film it or make it with 3D in mind, like they did with How to Train Your Dragon and films like Jackass 3D, which we talked about before, where you use specialised equipment. Or you can just pay a company overseas a couple of $1 million to do that shit in post-production and then double the ticket price. And obviously the former is better than the latter, but the latter is cheaper, so most companies do that. And it's a real shame because good 3D is actually an amazing experience. It's not something I want to do every time I went to a cinema, but did you watch How to Train Your Dragon in 3D?
No, I watched 2D version.
See, I watched it in 3D and it is up there with like Avatar. Not in terms of like quality of the film, but like the 3D effects. Like, do you know the scene where all the ash is falling from the sky?
Yeah.
Like that in 3D was amazing. Like, I'm reaching out to try and grab it.
Yeah.
Just like in that moment in Avatar, do you know, all the blue things are floating around?
Yeah,
and people were going crazy, like, oh my God, you can see them. Because it was made with 3D in mind. But then you got Clash of the Titans, which I also watched in 3D because I was like, oh man, 3D movies are all right. Because the only two I'd watched to that point were like, you know, Avatar and How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah. I'm sure this will be fine. And it's not, because, and I couldn't understand why until I found out that fact I just mentioned. It's like, why is it so dark? Because that's what they do, isn't it? It goes dark because obviously the film isn't made with the idea in mind. You're going to be wearing those fucking dark glasses the entire time. Yeah. So the entire film's dark and it's all blurry and the 3D only comes in at certain parts. Yeah. So the parts that aren't 3D, you still have to wear the 3D glasses. It's so bad.
Can you remember when we used to have the 3D glasses that were like cardboard and one was green and one was red?
Yeah, I miss those because there's kind of like a nostalgia to them. I remember going to a friend's house and like their dad or something had bought a 3D TV and spent like $5,000 on it because they were convinced it was going to be the future. So this is how everyone's going to watch movies. What? In their home with sunglasses on? The most douchey thing imaginable. Also, it gives people headaches and it's really uncomfortable and most of it looks shit.
That is the main reason I don't watch 3D films is I'm one of those people that gets headaches really easily. Yeah. So I prefer 2D. I will watch the odd 3D film. I think I watched, it was Final Destination 4, I think.
5. It's 5. The 3D one is 5 because it's the one where, again, it was purpose made with 3D in mind. So the parts that are 3D are fucking amazing, and we've talked briefly before about it's the introduction to that one, where it's the names on glass that shatters towards the screen. Yeah. That in the cinema looked absolutely amazing. And like the entire film, all the deaths in it were filmed with that technique, so like they all look really good. Then you've got Clash of the Titans, where it's like, no, let's just pay a studio in China to just like, you know, put a sheen over it and it looks so bad. And other movie studios were reportedly really mad about it because obviously killing 3D means you've killed an opportunity for us to just charge double for tickets.
When I went to see Baby Driver in cinema, we saw it in 4DX. That was good.
I've heard it is, yeah. It's a novel way to watch a film, but I don't think it's like the future of cinema. Like people are pegging 3D as, oh, this is the way we'll watch all films. Like 4DX is a novelty you'll do for the experience. But I still think the best 4DX story I heard is, I think it was my dad. He said we were trying to do 4DX, but we watched Pirates at Caribbean, so he just sprayed water in our face the entire time. The thing is, that's not even the worst boat film related story in my family. So that goes to when my cousin was watching Titanic on VHS, but the VHS stopped. But you know when it stops and it flickers?
Yeah.
And it looked like the boat was sailing. So they came downstairs and, Dad, this film's really boring. There's a boat sailing. And my uncle went upstairs and just nearly died because it's obviously, you notice that the film had stopped and paused on the flickering, and they've been watching the flickering for about 10 minutes, just thinking that's what the film was.
I'll bring it back to How to Train Your Dragon because I love this film.
Yes. Why did, they have to compete with Clash of the Titans? And the answer is that both films were using at the time, very limited resource, which is a 3D capable theatre screen. And Paramount Pictures, who made, How to Train Your Dragon, they weren't happy about the idea of not having every single 3D screen dedicated to their movie. So they issued an ultimatum to a lot of theatres saying, if you don't use all your 3D screens to show How to Train Your Dragon and not Clash of the Titans, you can't have the 2D version of How to Train Your Dragon. So basically saying, if you don't give us the 3D screens, you can't have the film at all. Basically hardballing these theatre screens into, you now have to choose between Clash of the Titans and How to Train Your Dragon. And obviously the look on your face is, of course they would have picked How to Train Your Dragon, but no one knew at the time how badly Clash of the Titans was going to bomb. Yeah. Because, oh God, did that film bomb? And they were being forced essentially to choose between a film about, an adorable little dragon and a boy going on an adventure together, and a film with a CGI Liam Neeson kicking the shit out of the entire Greek pantheon. It's you know what, both those films, at the time, we don't know which one's going to be bigger. One's a huge, big, summer blockbuster full of spectacle and wonder, and the other one's a nice animated film.
Yeah.
And thankfully they chose How to Train Your Dragon. They made the correct choice backing that film, because that film's awesome. And Nisha, go on, what's your favourite part about the film?
Obviously, the test drive, first flight.
Oh God, it's so good. We made an entire video talking about how good that moment is. It's on point because I've watched it multiple times. It's always on TV around Christmas, and without fail, I always get that swell of emotion inside me. Every time the music kicks in as boy and dragon become one. Yeah!
I also really like the bit where this kind of starting to get along with each other, and Toothless picks up a stick and starts copying his drawing. I think it's really cute.
That's such a good character. It's such a good design.
Yeah, how can you not love a dragon and then a dragon that also acts like a cat?
I love that moment, but I think How to Train Your Dragon 2 tops it, not only for the flight scene, because it's better because they introduce lyrics to the song, but then they have that moment at the end where it turns into Godzilla, where you just get Toothless just act going Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, and just goes completely blue and just starts firing just fucking Kamehamehas out of his face. Do you know what that is? That's saying, oh man, we need an excuse to sell people more How to Train Your Dragon merch. Redesigned, boom, the spikes, there we go, done.
Here's the blue electric version.
Oh man, I'd buy that so much. I'd buy a little cuddly version of that toy if you press it and it lit up.
I have got a Toothless Teddy and a Toothless Pop Vinyl.
A Toothless Pop Vinyl, oh God, they're so terrifying.
So cute. Big green eyes.
Pop Vinyls can fuck off when they spoiled me on Star Wars. So I'm getting spoiled on Star Wars trying to buy a Nerf gun for Christmas. What's going on? God damn it. But yeah, I love that series just because it's a children's film. It's all cute and adorable. And then there's this action scene in it that was better than the one in Godzilla. It's holy shit, the moment the giant dragon comes in. Yeah. So, we've got 1 million dragons at once fighting all at the same time in the middle of the day. Then you compare that to 2014 Godzilla. It's here's Godzilla obscured at night behind smoke, fighting a creature in the distance on a TV screen.
We went to see the third one. I think it was last year now, and I cried.
Yeah, I was there. I was in a cinema with I think is it you and it's 2 other people, wasn't it? Yeah. So it's me and 3 women. And I look over at the end of the film and just all 3 of them are crying. I'm like, for fuck's sake. When the little baby Toothless has come up and you're like, oh God, it's cute, but oh, God.
No, I cried when Toothless had to leave, when he left to be with his girlfriend.
Yeah, oh God, baby Toothless, so good. The little one. Adam's just in corner, just cringing, Meanwhile, I'm over here isn't it hype though when he fights the big dragon? Anyway, yeah, Paramount played hardball with the theatres and said, look, if you want the film at all, you give us all your 3D screens, and most 3D capable theatres did comply, which I think is a good thing because obviously they backed the right horse. Yeah. And people out there think, well, it's a bit bad for a studio to wield that kind of power. And ordinarily, I'd agree if they weren't trying to stop people watching Clash of the Titans. Is it safe to say that How to Train Your Dragon is your Robocop?
Yes.
Where it's the film that you can just, like Robocop for me is a film I can watch over and over again and talk about endlessly?
Yep.
Is it the same for you?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I'm a fan of a lot of like Pixar animation film, DreamWorks, that sort of thing. I think How to Train Your Dragon is probably my top one.
Yeah.
Followed by Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
See, that's a really good, that's a low-key, amazing film, especially when I look like the main character, apparently.
Flintlock Wood.
Yeah.
I love the, is it Mr. T who voices the policeman?
Yeah. And then he's like, the second film, fuck voicing this character. They bring in Terry Crews, like, that's an upgrade.
Yeah, the bit where he starts crying.
And just soaks the tear back in.
It's enough to make a grown man cry. Not this grown man, get back in that tear.
Brings the tear all the way back in.
It's enough to make a grown man cry. But not this man. Get back in there, tear.
The thing about that film, though, is just the little sight gags that are in it. Like, one that people might have noticed, like Mount Rushmore, when they're all getting pied in the face. Yeah. Lincoln gets pied in the back of the head, because that's where John Wilkes Booth shot him. Little things like that. It's like, oh, God. Or as well, like, they must have spent half the animation budget on just making that Jello scene look amazing. It's like, oh, I'm doing an entire castle out of Jello. It looks fucking amazing. That is like The Incredibles. Like, do you know The Incredibles Flex?
Yeah.
Where they did we talked before, like the violet hair animation.
Yeah,
where,
it took ages to just render it or something.
Like, other studios told them they couldn't do it, and they said, fuck you, we're going to do it. And then, like, you've got Cloud with a Chance of Meatballs, like all this food tech and making the food look amazing. Yeah, I think Cloud with a Chance of Meatballs, that is up there, but for the one for me, it's always going to be Shrek 2.
Of course.
Because it's just, I know it's the generic meme answer, but Shrek 2 is so good. Like, in terms of animated films I can just watch over and over, it's got to be Shrek 2. Because every part of that film is fucking perfect. It's like the perfect sequel.
Have you ladies seen my donkey?
Who are you calling donkey?
Donkey? You're
A stallion, baby!
It's like they know it as well, because if you see any films on TV, it's always Shrek 2. It's never the first Shrek.
Which
or
is
third
good.
or fourth. Yeah, they're all like, apart from the third one. Third one's not good.
What's that thing you told me, like, over Christmas, where Shrek was on TV?
My mum would put a channel on, and I heard the intro. You know when the DreamWorks comes up?
Yes.
It plays the theme music, and you're like, oh my god, it's Shrek. Shrek's coming on, and I was like, I've not seen Shrek in ages, and then it was Shrek the Halls.
Oh, no, it's like, oh, what a dick move. But this thing happened to me recently, because one of my movies that I like at Christmas, I like to rewatch The Thing. Because I love The Thing, because obviously it's a Christmas movie, it's set in the snow. And I noticed that The Thing, the prequel one, to the 2011 shit prequel, was on Netflix. So I watched that, thinking, like, oh, I bought The Thing on Blu-ray, like earlier in the year, specifically for Christmas. So I watched the prequel, so I can remember how bad it was, and then watched the good one on Blu-ray to get myself going. And I do that. I'm like, yep. Put the Blu-ray in, play it, and it comes up with the sizzle reel, and it's stuff from the prequel. And oh, this must be that one of those preamble things. Oh, buy this other DVD on your DVD, because I don't really watch DVDs much. No, it turns out I accidentally bought The Thing 2011 on Blu-ray.
No.
Because it's the same title and it's the same cover. Right, you can put the cover of The Thing Blu-ray behind me and the Thing Blu-ray. And bear in mind, I had a big sticker over where the fucking date was, telling me when it came out.
Yeah.
And I didn't bother looking at the back. I saw the title. Oh, I'll get that. I turned it around and look at the back, and it's like, oh no, that's not Kurt Russell. No, it's that lady who's in The Thing. And I was so mad. It's like, they got me. They got me again.
Did you watch it anyway?
No, I didn't. No. I was so mad. And what I did is I got The Thing on DVD and watched it in like 4:3 aspect ratio on my big TV, so it looks shit. And I'm like, still better. Oh, they got me.